have an L show. It's a full house. See? So many girls, so many guys. Some are taking, some are not. And if they're taken, we can always reprocess. So today we are talking about appreciation. Others might call it love language. So what's your love language? Or to the layman, how do you like to be appreciated? We're Africans, so love language might seem foreign, right? Yeah. So Brian, how do you like to be appreciated?
Hi guys.
Hi.
My name is Brian. I'm a DJ. They call me DJ Rax. So mostly my love language is quality time. I'd like to spend some time with my partner and get to know each other, maybe talk. And at least you feel like your partner is there for you and he's or she is available for you. So mostly quality time.
Okay.
Yes.
Hey everybody.
Hi.
I'm Maureen. I feel like I should be appreciated with physical touch and also quality time.
So physical touch, you mean lots of hugs and lots of cuddles, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Kisses.
Yes.
Oh yeah, physical.
My name is Candy Masi.
Hi Candy.
I feel the love language I most resonate with is quality time. I feel like with time you can eliminate so many other things in that relationship, like doubts. It creates time for you to bond. It shows the value in the relationship. So I think quality time.
Hey.
Hello.
Hi.
My name is Vivian, and my love language will be physical touch, lots of cuddles, hugs.
Can we just get you a teddy bear?
I have one.
A really big one, the size of your guy.
Yeah.
So when he's not there, he knows it.
No, it should be there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So,
So, cuddles, hugs, kisses.
so hi guys.
Hi.
My name is Elle. My love language is gifts. I love gifts. Since I was a small child, my mother, when she'd go out shopping, and my father, they'd always come back to the house with something. To me, a gift does not have to be expensive, but to me, it's what shows me that you remembered me, that wherever you are, you remember me, and it feels nice. And personally, I also do give a lot. Whenever I go to visit anybody, I make sure I have something to give to them. So to me, gifts are everything. That's my love language.
Hi guys.
Hi.
I'm Veronica. I would say for me to feel appreciated, you would have to spend quality time with me. And another section that I have is acts of service. If you found me in the house and I have all this load of work and you're just seated there, and at the end of the day you expect me to bring you a meal.
That's what they call the wife material now.
It is
The traditional wife.
It is the traditional wife material, yes. But you see, at this point we're talking about what makes me feel appreciated.
It's about you.
Because you see, at the end of the day, I may be wife material, but at the back of my mind, I keep thinking, you don't appreciate me. You've left me laboring.
You're on your own.
Yes, I'm just laboring alone. You're not helping. I don't mean you come and cook the whole meal. At least do onions for me.
Yeah,
Do
prepare.
onions, yes, or chop them.
Guys, do you agree? Guys, the guys in the house.
And guys,
Do you want the onions and tomatoes as your personal responsibility? Be honest, guys.
Okay, according to me,
Yes, Brian.
it depends. Maybe you're in the kitchen, you're cooking, and I'm doing something else that's going to help us. You get? So I
Something
may
else
I
that
may
is going to help us in
I may not be in a position
But you see,
to help you.
you're missing the point here.
Yeah.
The point is that you're my partner.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You need to. We are at a point where you're showing me that I'm appreciated,
Yeah.
and the language that I understand is that you will spend time with me and help me do whatever I need to do. So if you don't do that, and bring me a gift, I may not, it may mean nothing to me. So at the end of the day, you have not communicated. I'll go away thinking, he has the money.
But
Anybody can have money and buy me a
and
gift.
actually talking about gifts, I remember there's a particular movie I was watching, and this guy knew the wife. Okay, you know they say a happy wife, a happy life, right? So this guy went and bought a pile of gifts. He piled them. So he used to know, like, after a month, she's angry, take these. Right? So he had them piled with notes, with love notes. So he just like go pick from a corner, bring. Yes, at the back.
Hello guys.
Hi.
My name is Steve, and for me, I think I appreciate spending quality time with my partner.
You like when your partner spends quality time with you?
Yeah, I like when she's around, so that I can do things with her. Yeah.
What kind of things?
Everything. I'm like, okay, forgive me. Okay, so you just wait. Okay, what kind of things?
Cooking.
Maybe
Act of service.
maybe cooking together. Yeah,
That
exactly.
time.
Acts of services.
Acts
Cooking
of-
together,
Playing
Maybe-
games.
playing games, watching a show together.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that's
Even scrubbing my feet as I rub your back.
Yeah, I'm down for it.
Actually, what I keep thinking is most couples, those couples who like quality time, you people need to have a rich list of activities. Because okay, now I'm in the house. We just watch Netflix and we get to lale.
Imagine.
It gets boring, it gets old. And a relationship, any kind, friendship or anything, needs to be rich in so many things, I think. Yeah.
Hi.
My name is Bethel, and for me, the love language that works for me is spending quality time with my partner. I think when you spend more time with your partner, you get to know each other better. You can discuss or talk about meaningful things that will help you in your life, and you get to feel that you are loved, because when someone that loves you is around you, you feel appreciated. Yeah.
Hey.
So that is the first question, and I think we've answered it comprehensively. Do you think you know your partner's love language? Those in a relationship, like me, I'm very single. Whoever is searching, I'm here. But you have to have the dollars. Forgive me.
Wow.
You have, for people who say that, if you want money from a guy, you bring a gold digger. But the thing is, we've all watched the 50 Shades of Grey, right?
Yeah.
The guy's a billionaire and he still can love, so there has to be that kind of guy for me. So, question number 2. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you don't find someone appreciating you? It could be in any setting, a family setting, a relationship, or basically the society. And what did you do about it?
So yes, there is a point in time where in my previous relationship, I think I wasn't really understanding the love language of my partner.
Was she actually, did you ever tell her your love language?
I tried to tell her, okay, I wasn't the one I was the one who wasn't understanding her well, because she didn't actually tell me, but I came to notice later that she used to love gifts, and I never used to give her any gifts. It's
Never.
because I didn't
It's
know.
never occurred to
Okay,
you.
I gave her maybe once or twice,
Uh-huh.
and we had dated for a very long time, so once or twice is not enough, considering that her love language was gifts.
Did she ever gift you?
Yes, she did.
Oh,
But
so-
I didn't quite actually understand that her language was gifts, because I was still young in love.
Brian, I also have a question. I have another question. Brian.
Yes.
Let me ask you this. I need to understand this.
Yes.
So you learned over time that her love language, or how she likes to be appreciated, is gifts. You like quality time,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Did she know that? Did you just point it out like straightforward? I like quality time. Did you ever
No.
make it clear?
I didn't, because we were actually spending quality time together. So, and she didn't.
You assumed how she knows because.
No, she didn't seem to have a problem with spending time with me.
Uh-huh.
But then I came to find out later, after we had broken up and stuff. So that's when I came to realize that yeah, she maybe she was expecting me to give her more gifts. Maybe I was broke, you never know. And you know, when you're broke, you can't tell her. Not every time you
Okay,
can't
you know
tell
the
her
problem
you're
with
broke.
gifts, just saying gifts, doesn't mean she wanted something big. Just
can
a
give them-
lollipop, she will
What a
probably
box,
appreciate
chocolate.
that. Yeah.
Even you can
Something
go outside there and
not
find
as
some
small.
flowers. and just
Earrings
give her.
are 50
You can write her a love poem. A
So you know,
quote.
like I said,
Still a gift.
I wasn't brought up in that setting. So like when I was young, I never used to get a lot of gifts.
So next time,
So-
somebody likes gifts.
So I became like, even me, I don't have that mindset of giving people gifts like that.
So I'm thinking, Brian, how long did you date this person?
2 years.
That's a lot of time wasted. In your next relationship or in your current one, based on today,
Yes.
sit down with your spouse or whoever you're with, even your family, because sometimes even find ourselves fighting with our family members because they just don't understand us. Save ourselves time, save ourselves heartache, save ourselves a lot of energy because life is short. Tell them straightforward, me, I like this. You know, I'm always thinking, you guys, I don't know if you agree with me, but I'm thinking we waste a lot of time at places where we shouldn't be.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, we don't get to live our best lives. So communication. If
the
something
key.
is important,
Yes.
put it out there. Maureen?
I guess you know.
Oh, so me, I think I have several answers to your question. Number one,
Should we get tea?
let's start with family members.
Yes.
Me personally, I've grown up in a very African home, Ushago, like interior. So for you to start telling your mom and dad you want to spend quality time, yet they know they should be getting you school fees is an issue. And then back then when I was growing up, I'm still growing up, but your dad and mom, they feel like they need to provide for you first instead of having a relationship with you. They feel like they have accomplished their role as parents by providing first.
Yeah, but
So-
that is a common issue. Most African setting families are.
So there's no issue at the love languages here and there, but you know now me, I've grown up now the transition, you know, from the old generation up to this generation Z, where we are free to talk about things, where we want to, express ourselves. So I find it when you want to spend quality time with your parents, you just force it on them. You tell them like, today I want us to do this and this. You just force it because they really do not understand. They don't understand.
Naturally to them.
Yeah,
Although
so
thinking about it, I think sometimes we overthink this, because when I think about spending quality time with my mom, when I'm home, how I spend quality time with my mom is I'll find her probably whatever she's doing. I'll just join her and we do it together. And I realized I do actually spend a lot of quality time with my mom. It's not necessarily intentional that now, mom, okay, have a seat, let us
It doesn't,
spend
it
quality
doesn't
time.
come
It
like
doesn't
that.
come that way. It comes in the sense that my mom is in the kitchen cooking. Okay, I'll hang around there. I'll probably do a lot of nothing. Or probably just hang around there. She'll be thinking, okay, chop the onions for me, I chop. Chop the tomatoes, I chop.
And I just
Yes.
you get to talk.
And as we do that, a lot of topics come up. We'll move from talking about politics to talking about my nieces and nephews. As in, at the end of the day, sometimes, if you ask us what we were talking about, nothing. We are just women in the kitchen having fun. But
Spending time.
by the time I'm leaving home, I feel like I know what's going on in her life. Because I realized with quality time, it's about, I want you to know me. I want you to, if you actually end up buying me a gift, you won't buy me a motorcycle, and yet I am deadly scared of speed. You know, but you know me deeply to know that Veronica is scared of speed. If I got a motorcycle, it will be, you know, it will gather dust in her garage. Okay, so quality time is about. I think sometimes we overthink it. Just let it be simple. Okay.
But I feel like it's easier when you're a girl spending time with your mom than spending time with your dad. Who does things, for example, if they want to go to the shamba and pick up their cows, you have a fear for cows, you have a fear for dogs. It's just hard to, you know, when and how, where do we, you know, spend this time. And over time you find that girls don't actually get along with their dads. Yet when you're a kid, you really were drawn to your dad. And the same goes for boys. Not many boys are just out there with once when you're across the African way, they are willing to go into the kitchen and help their mom chop onions and prepare, you know. So I feel like that's my first answer. So my second answer is about dating, and most of dating in Nairobi, which is very hard. And of course you meet different personalities, yeah? And going back to this point, the men when you grow up in African homes, say like people who've grown up with their grandparents, your grandma, mama, your dad, she won't tell you that, you know, go into the kitchen and help, you know, prepare. So you meet this man, he's all grown up. For him, even communication, not even communication, knowing his love language for himself is hard. So you have to deal with, you know, how is this? How is that? You know, words of
You're doing it for him and for
yes,
yourself.
you're doing it for him and for yourself. So in the process, knowing his becomes hard, and then you're seated there and thinking, this guy is he does not care, but deep down he himself does not even know what he wants.
I think that's exactly why we're doing this video. Right?
You
For
should
that
talk.
guy. For that guy who does not know. Now he'll get to here, and now he'll actually sit down and go online, go on Google, right? Love language. You'll get a quiz. Do the quiz, you could learn something about yourself. Right?
But don't you think sometimes you expect too much?
That is exactly
I want gifts, and then I meet this guy. He's a stranger, like Brian was saying. His girlfriend all along the 2 years, she was probably so discouraged. This guy doesn't love me,
I'm always there for
and she
him.
never told him.
That
But
is-
probably all she needed to do was
Say.
think
buy
you should
me a gift
communicate.
every once in a while. Because communication, at the end of the day, imagine how miserable you would be if you spent your whole life thinking this guy doesn't love you. And he goes out of his way to spend quality time that you don't appreciate.
So, it boils down to the same thing, communication. And now the hard part is what she was saying. You meet this guy, he does not know. You seem to know what you want, he does not know. So it's you to figure out yourself, then figure out him. So I'm thinking we need to also spend some time, not even with the people we love or everything, we need to spend time by ourselves. Evaluate, learn, what do I like? Like, I remember the time I was taking this quiz on the love languages. I didn't know the love languages personally. So I used to hear people saying, oh, your love language, and I'm like, what do you mean? So when I went and I looked and I was like, okay, these 5 love languages, I can resonate with all of them because all of them seem to be important to me. But which one do I truly feel is mine? So you have to sit with yourself and you're like, okay, what do I really do on a normal day? Then you pick and see, then this is all of them are important, but this is me. This is, if someone was to ask who is L, this is what would come out.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What happens when you have a partner and you know, let's say for instance, their love language is gifts. But this person over time, they have accumulated so many gifts for themselves. They have so many gifts, and you feel like there's no gift that you can give to this person that is going to show, you know, how much you appreciate this person. Let's say quality time, eh? This person wants to go places, but your finances are just an issue. How do you
that gap, what do you do? How you bridge the gap? Okay, let us the guy at the back. How do you bridge the gap?
I think there's nothing much you can do about that, but to expect your partner to understand the situation that you are in,
You find someone
and
else.
if she's not willing to,
Oh, Brian is like, find someone else. Yeah.
if she's not willing to compromise your situation, your temporary situation at that time, and unless you're not making effort, but if they see that you're making effort and you genuinely want to please them, they'll have to bear with you a bit. Otherwise, if they can't, I don't think that's a nice person. A nice person should understand you if they really love you. Yeah, so if they don't, then they're there for something, and that thing is not appreciating you or loving you. So you should maybe leave.
Actually, to ride on to his point, I think, and I actually identify with Kent. Yes. There's a mistake that people make with regards to people who love gifts. And tell me if I'm wrong, because your love language is gifts. Sometimes it's not about the cost of the gift, because he talked about money, and I know you mentioned money, but at the end of the day, sometimes it has nothing to do with the cost. It really, because in most cases, I think the gift is about the thought and the person who gave it. If you met a stranger outside here and they give you a gift, how would you feel about it?
I wouldn't even take it.
Exactly. So the gift is more about who gave it and the circumstances around it. So sometimes my thought is it may not really be about the cost, but I wanted to contribute to her because we kinda, our love languages are kinda ish the same. And she mentioned that if this guy has many gifts, and so what can you give them? And I actually understand her dilemma, because I think for us who, not that we don't value gifts, if you bought me a gift, I look a lot at the thought that went into that gift. So that at the end of the day, when you're giving me a gift, for me as a person who values probably acts of service and quality time, whatever comes to my mind is you actually took your time, you went to the, supermarket or bookshop, and you really thought through this gift. Yes. So I think that's the dilemma she's having. That now if I decided to give you a gift, I'd have to think through it. It would have to mean something. And I think that is where we separate. For those of us who value, have another love language, and you guys who have gifts. Probably you can tell us, what does a gift say? If I brought you a gift, what goes through your mind? Because for me, that's what would go through my mind.
Okay, one, we who love gifts, not just random people who can give us gifts, they don't make sense. But you're saying that if this person has a lot of gifts, do you know, we who love gifts, we like making a collection. I like making a collection. If I like earrings, I wouldn't mind if you just bring me this design, bring me another design. Point is, at the end of the day, when I sit, let's say we did for even 20 years or 30 years, I can sit and say, please, he brought in 1970, 75. You see, it shows me that maybe one day if I find myself, I'm like super broke, I can be like, can I sell some of these things? It'll still bring some value, but the point is, you constantly, for me, a gift is a remembrance. You didn't have to do it, but you took your time. And then the thing for me is, don't even just bring me a gift because I like a gift. When we are talking, you can always ask me like, okay, I saw something like this, would you like something like that? But then don't bring it casual, but just because I said I like art, and you brought me an art piece. No, give it some time, give it a couple of months, even maybe wait for my birthday, then bring me an art piece. But for most gift people, tell me, I don't know, who love gifts apart from me? It's me. I'm the
Anybody
one
does.
who's going to
my
keep-
ex, my ex.
and his ex. I think we like making a collection. To us, even if it figures a point, because I love gifts, in my handbag I'll carry maybe a box with maybe a watch he gave me. I don't have to wear the watch, but every time I look at the watch, I remember him. My mother maybe perhaps got me something else, I have it in my bag. So when I'm just maybe, I'm waiting for maybe the matatu over there, I'm just sitting there, I can just be looking at these things. I see these, I see Brian. I see these, I see Veronica. I see this, and that's me. So Vivian, do you have a question? So our question for you, we have a question for you. And the question is the one that Candy answered before. Do you think your spouse actually understands and appreciates you in the way that you want? And have you found yourself in a situation where your spouse or your family or just someone you relate with didn't get you and it's actually, what would you advise, basically? So she's being shy. The guys at the back. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where your appreciation or your love language is not understood by someone else? And how did you resolve the issue, or just yes.
Okay, I think I've found myself in that situation where our love language is a bit different. And I can tell you for sure that did not work out.
So what was their love language? What was there?
I think they appreciated words of affirmation and maybe gifts. And I was not big with words of affirmation. But
You really want to tell me that there's those guys who, because you've built me a house, you constantly give me gifts, you take care of my family, even take care of my extended family, you just cannot tell me the simple word, I love you. Are you that guy?
Beautiful.
I can tell you I love you.
But you know that these kind of guys who think because he's doing everything else, he thinks now that he's showing love. Like most of our parents, most of our dads, they could never find themselves saying, I love you. Like, what do you mean? I'm doing everything. I'm showing you love. I do not have to say it. And those people who love affirmations, they want to hear it in the morning. I love you. In the afternoon, I love you. I love you.
So,
Doesn't work.
I think I'm that kind of person. I'm an
You're a
African dad.
traditional man.
Yeah, so
Traditional African man.
when I tell you I love you, I want to show it. So maybe I'll do something. And then if I can be able to do it, I'll tell you I love you. Not that I'm very emotionally impressed, but I prefer doing things. I prefer doing actions. And then that are thoughtful. See, if maybe you like books, maybe
I'll get a book advice. If you get the book, when you write the name, my name, you can really also write I love you. If I'm the person who loves affirmations, just find a way to. Yeah. Anyway.
But you know, sometimes the people who love such words of affirmation, they expect it from you like constantly, every time, and you may not be able to keep up. So they feel like you don't love it.
But I'm also thinking for people, tell me if I'm right, if I'm wrong, for people who constantly like those affirmations, if it's like excess, they might have an insecurity.
Yeah.
Is it true? Like, why do you want, okay, I've done everything, I'm doing everything, and I also tell you I love you, like in the morning and in the evening, I think to me it's enough.
That's
But
enough.
I think I wish we had someone who loves affirmations to explain. The issue is we don't, because how does it really work? But I'm thinking too much of it, you're not also comfortable, you might not even love yourself enough. Could also be rooted in that.
But I think at the end of the day, for words of affirmation, every human being needs to be affirmed.
Yeah.
And usually it's the most important two people in your life are your parents.
Yeah.
So you would find that if your parents did not affirm you, then you go looking for affirmation all over the place. So that, as you say, I would agree with that. But in this case, it's not really a love language per se. It's just a need for affirmation. It's
You want to compensate.
yes,
You've been
that's
lucky.
the word. It's
been
basically
lucky.
just compensation.
Can I make a contribution?
Yes.
I also think, okay, you'll meet a person who's not open about their feelings. You'll kind of want to know where are we. So you keep asking them, why don't you tell me this? Why don't you tell me the other? And then it feels like you're constantly asking for these words of affirmation, but you just want to know, where are we in this relationship? Are we fine? You know? So I think, okay, let's not say they're insecure. I think it's the partner you're with. They're just not open about talking about their feelings. You don't sit and talk about your relationship.
Funny enough, honestly, I wouldn't survive such a relationship. I need to know. I need
Yeah,
you
you
to
should
talk
talk
to me. And I think in response to the same question, since you skipped Vivian, I think I should be answering the same question. If I found myself with a spouse, or found myself even in a family setting where my love language was not understood and I didn't understand theirs. Yes, I have. In my past relationship, actually my previous relationship, my spouse was that kind of a person you're talking about. They're just quiet and reserved. Me, I'm all over the place. If you hurt me, anyone hurts me, I'll tell you. If I'm angry about it, I might be a little harsh about it. But if I'm calm about it, we might even be having tea, and I'll tell you, Veronica, do you know, on a particular day you did ABCD, I didn't like it. But I'm that person. My greatest weakness is the truth, because I'm always for the truth. I'll tell you the truth, and I expect you to tell me the truth. So yes, I have found myself with a spouse who I couldn't understand their love. Because now if you're quiet, where do
You
you
don't
start?
know where you are.
Yeah.
That's
You don't
that's
know
a,
who you are
you
dating.
don't even know. You always like actually for a woman, we women, I think such a setting brings about resentment and a lot of anger because you're like, so we need to know.
I think that's what happened to Ryan. Hapo anajuana.
Hapo anajuana na hakuna mwenye. But
Honestly,
I
the
think
lady
it's
was
in
like-
work. Maybe he's quiet, but he knows I'm loud. He needs to also learn
Yeah, okay,
to
so
speak
I
my
mean,
language.
yeah.
Ile ndio tusikizane. Na mimi person if he's so quiet, even me I give him like a dungeon.
Yeah.
Him time.
Yeah,
To just be
time.
quiet and do his own stuff.
Then I think that's when it feels like you're nagging him when you constantly want to know.
No,
Do you
Yeah.
like
for
me?
once.
So
But those people who are like that, but I'm thinking if you like someone, in as much as you're quiet, you try to talk in your mskizane. If he's quiet and you're there pushing, he might actually not be as interested as you think. When you're comparing the love alone.
we've grown up differently. Maybe this person has grown up in a home where the opinion of the children are just their opinion. Keep your opinion to
But you know,
yourself.
he also
But
needs
the
to
parents
know
decide.
he's not in that family, he's not a child, he's
grown
not
up like
back
that.
home, he's with you. You're
Yeah.
supposed to build a family and a home with you.
After all, Sonia atakaa peke
On
yake.
that
We'll find
point,
someone.
let me talk about it. As you say that when someone grows, that maybe he needs to change.
Yeah.
I think sometimes it's difficult. For me, the setting from home, my father did not give me gifts such. Kila time sikuwa napata gifts, so I could not receive enough gifts. So, like in my current relationship, there's no day I've ever told my partner that I want a gift, or because I'm not used to that.
But okay, let me ask.
But my parents used to spend quality time with me. So maybe when he goes to work, I could accompany him sometimes. So that's what I feel for me. That's what works for me. Not necessarily gifts, but if I have quality time, I'm good with that. Yeah. So when you say, like Kenya said, in some settings, when a child maybe has an opinion, it cannot be heard. The parent has the final decision. So some people, when they grow that way, they'll be that way. And yeah.
No.
For
I
example,
want to argue it
let me tell you something. Like when you see someone is violent, most of the time you realize that at home their parents were violent. That's why the person becomes violent.
But let me argue it out in two ways. I like gifts. I was given gifts as a child. I've grown up giving gifts and expecting to be given gifts, and I'm happy when I'm given gifts. So this person is reserved because their opinion was shut down since they were a child. But the thing is, did this person ever have an opinion? They did. Just that it was shut down since they're down, so they have never had a way to express themselves. So this person should not be in a relationship. Tell me the truth. They need to first be in a relationship with themselves and figure it out. Because the question is, you need to know if you are alone, nothing bad will happen to you. And if you're with someone else, it's even better. But you need to first know yourself.
Yeah.
So I was pressed down, compressed, and all that because my father said a child cannot say. But now I am not a child, I can say. So I need to learn how do I say and who can I tell? Do they understand? Personally, the issue I always had with communication was saying the word no. I used to be a people pleaser. I know she likes this, so I like serving people and I like being there for people. So I'd always be out there and everything. But at the end of the day, I might be happy that everybody is happy, but there's the question of, am I happy myself? So I had to learn to tell somebody yes, I want you to be happy, but I also have to be happy. So I have to say no. At a particular point in time, say no. So even for the person who's violent because they found themselves in a setting where it's violent, they need time with themselves away from a setting with people like this. Akaye mwenyewe, violence no he. Is it a good thing? It's not a good thing. What can I do? I can go for therapy, or I can work as an individual, meditate, read, find myself in company of people who don't like this, fight the bad behavior. Do you want to tell me if you find yourself in a family where your father is a drunkard and being a drunkard is going to cause you liver cirrhosis, you're going to drink and kill yourself of something like that? What if your father was a drunkard who actually drank all your school fees, you didn't get a proper education, who made you lose a father at such a young age, now you've grown up to raise yourself, you're a man who never had a male figure in your family, were you going to start drinking because, this is what has been there? Sometimes, it's nice to be with people, but it's even better to be by yourself when you first learn who am I. In the African setting, most of the time, all of us we can associate with this. Children do not have much of a say in an African setting. They get to listen, but hardly get to be heard.
Yeah.
But the nice thing is the age of 18 to 21, ukikuja campus, ukonisana mabeshte zako, unaishi peke yako, you get to now start evaluating who am I. And before you know who you are, I think it's not proper to be in any form of, especially romantic relationship. Because you're wounded, you're hurt that no one listened to you. You're going to bring the same issue to someone else and then it's just going to crash.
But let's be real. It's so hard for you, having grown up in that type of environment, for you to start thinking of these things. First of all, therapy in Kenya is very expensive. This man will grow up, the way he's grown up, he's not going to think about therapy. He's just going to think about, let me finish school, the way my parents want me to, let me get a job, let me start a family. You do things according to the way society has shown you how things are done. No one tells you to take time for yourself. No one has ever told you when you're growing up, let me sit you down and let me tell you, you need to take time, understand how you're feeling, love yourself. These things are never told to kids. You get.
So now
That's
it's
why
our
you're
responsibility. Now we are teaching
You are
them.
teaching them.
We are teaching them now because people. Okay, I'm sorry, but right now honestly, I think they're no men.
They're not.
They're no men.
We are there.
They are there, yes, but they're boys. I'm sorry, I do not mean it in a bad way. I mean it in the aspect that this man does not know himself. And when he comes to me, I expect him to be a father figure to my children, to be a spouse to me, to be the head of the family. What can he tell me? No, ataniambia. So in as much as yes, we must agree that let's say this we're going to do often, and the point is to teach the rest of Africa, the rest of the Kenyans, that we need to be able to give ourselves time. It's not bad. Society says that it's a soma, pata kazi, pata bibi, pata watoto. But it's not for everybody, and it's not even working currently. How many people are getting divorced? Too many. And I think we are now the people to now change it. Change begins with us. So, I think that was a very good conversation, right?
Yes.
Any top-ups? So now at least everybody knows how they like to be appreciated, and I hope my audience also gets to learn that. And any questions? Any more questions? Okay.
Probably I would just say that I think for me the biggest thing is learn who you are. Because like what he was talking about, you can't blame someone. Yes, you came from, we all have baggage. We all came from somewhere. We all have a reason for why we do the things we do. But remember, the people in our future should not be affected by the people in our background. So you have a responsibility to yourself, to the future generations, to make a change. As in, just because my dad was violent, doesn't mean that now I should tell people that the excuse for why I'm violent is every time, I go hitting people, and every time I'm asked, I keep saying my dad was violent. My dad was violent.
It's not solving anything.
It makes no sense.
Yeah.
Just
And it's not them who hit you anymore.
yeah. So at the end of the day, we all have a past, we all have baggage, but we don't have to carry it into our future. Okay? The fact that you actually took time. How many are we? We are one. Yes. You took time, assuming that none of us had actually ever heard of love languages. Okay? I'm going to go out of this place, and I have there are people under my influence. I probably have 5 friends or so. I'll take it upon myself to tell them about the 5 love languages. And if you all do the same,
Those are 40 people.
Imagine.
And the 40 tell other 40.
Yeah.
That's a whole society.
Yes. So, but as for me, your past should not define you.
Yeah, and talking about the past, there's a saying that says, the past is only in your head. Anything that has happened, keyword ED, happened in the past, it's in your head. I hurt you, right? Only you know I hurt you, they don't know. So leave the past and remember, appreciate the present and hope for the future.
I think what I can add is that communication is the issue in most relationships. In most relationships. When I communicate, if I communicate clearly to my partner will know how to treat me. So I think in most relationships the issue is communication. Because if I communicate to you, you'll know the kind of love language I love.
Okay, I also think communication comes in 2 ways. There's the, I don't know how you call it, intrapersonal communication, where you talk to yourself. You also need time to talk to yourself. No, with me, as a learner coming up in the ABCD, so then I can be able to communicate to Candy and tell her, Candy, I like this. Because if you first don't know who you are, then how can I know it? And then how can you even know that? So I think that was really nice, right?
Can I say one thing?
Yes.
I think above all these love languages, I think relationships may face other tests that it doesn't have to be a problem with your love language or my love language. But as you grow, you find some challenges outside.
Like?
Let's say a challenge. Let's say
Try new things together then.
let's say
She's very
financial challenges, you see, or maybe you get something unexpected. Maybe you can't agree on how you move in together. You see, so I think above all, you need to sacrifice in a relationship if you want to make it work. Yeah, because it's very complex. It's so
It's
complex that
complicated, but you know the most beautiful thing I think about romantic relationships, you don't get someone to like, you get someone, an extra pair of hands, an extra pair of ears to walk this journey of life, because every single day is a challenge. Whatever you faced yesterday is not what you're facing today, is not what you're going to face tomorrow. But if you find someone who you can actually talk and understand each other, the journey, now you can walk it a moment at a time. Progressively. So you guys, tell people to subscribe to this channel, please.
Subscribe to channel.
To subscribe, to comment, to like and share, and to remember they are beautiful within and without. And that's a wrap, right? So bye.